Namaste. My name is Surraj Palekar and I welcome you to our show, Mog Series. Mog in Konkani means love. And in this series, this is where we celebrate love and passion one has for their work or cause in their life. And our today's guest is a photographer par excellence. Well, he completed his graduation, got his degree into commerce, got a job in a bank, and just when everybody was thinking he's settled with a nice cushy job and getting his salary, he just decided to quit. He wanted excitement, he wanted more challenges. Now, he's the man behind CMYK Academy of Photography. He's loved by his students and he is right here with us for a candid conversation. Let's welcome Prasad Pankar. Prasad.
Hi.
Sure. Prasad, anything you want to say before I start?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Let's start.
Okay, let's start. So Prasad, the first question actually I want to have you ask you is, you're a family man, you're a dog lover, you play harmonica and flute. So basically you're a man of varied interests.
Yes.
What is your real mood in your life?
Real book, life itself is real book for me.
Okay.
Yes. But if you ask me, I would say it's photography and music.
Okay.
Music is my first love and photography is very natural to me.
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say it's photography and music. Music, rock music to be specific.
Rock music
Yes.
is what
I'm influenced by rock musicians.
Okay, I can see your hairstyle. I'm sure that's where it comes from.
Very much.
Okay. Now, tell me one thing. How does this journey start? Because you completed your graduation, you got a nice, cushy bank job. I mean, that's what everybody says. Yeah. You know, bankechi nokri sodli and types. Started his own, photography academy. What led to this? What was the thought process?
I think it was bound to happen because I was interested in photo right from my childhood.
Okay.
Okay. Now growing up in 70s was not easy for photographers because anything that was foreign had a huge aura around it.
Right.
Okay. Being the only son of the 4 daughters, I would just get anything I would ask for except a camera.
Okay.
So I grew up and the dream remained like a dormant volcano in me.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I got a job, I bought a small camera for myself, and from there it started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but was this journey like really easy for you? Because I'm sure there must be a lot of resistance from your parents coming from family. How can you just quit a bank job and start a photography? And I'm sure those years,
Yes.
photography was not as big as what we consider today, considering the kind of platforms we have available today.
Correct.
But those years,
I'll tell you, there were a lot of difficulties, a lot of challenges, no doubt about it. The thing was that when I decided to quit, many people asked me like, "Tu kide kartala re? I cut photo kartala." Okay, now that's because I had a vision.
Right.
Okay, I had a vision, and you will not believe, I told only 2 people, my wife and my photography Guruji, Vijay Naik. Yeah.
Okay.
So because if I had to tell my sisters and my friends, because out of their love for me, they would hold back. They would say, "Don't do it. What if it doesn't work?" And I didn't want anyone to hold me back.
Correct.
Because I knew what I wanted to get into.
Right.
Because I had a vision and I knew I would do it.
Right.
I had seen it in my mind multiple times.
You mentioned this to your wife, right?
Yes.
How did she really take it? Because having a stable income and it's a family to run.
Yes.
As everybody says.
Very good question because she was the one who supported me.
Okay.
And you will not believe because I took a decision when my first child was born.
Oh, okay.
She was born on 9 June and I submitted my papers on 13 June.
Okay.
4 days later. And it wasn't for her. It wasn't for her support.
Right.
This thing we wouldn't be talking about
This conversation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the family support is very important.
Right.
And more than support, moral support. Yes,
Yeah.
go ahead, I'm there with you.
Correct.
That's very important.
So when did your family, when I'm saying family, your parents, your
My parents-
sisters
my
came to
parents-
know about this?
My parents had already passed away by the time.
Okay.
Yeah, my sisters came to know much later.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the reaction? Like, hey, yeah,
No, they were definitely worried about me.
Okay.
More than worried, they were concerned about me.
Okay.
Because the kind of way they've cushioned my life,
Right.
the kind of they've been my protectors. They've been like 4 protectors. They cushioned my life a lot right from my childhood.
Right.
So they'd always been there with me throughout my journey.
Right.
So when they came to know, I'm sure definitely they must have been concerned.
Right. Correct.
Because I just got a child.
Yes.
But I knew what I wanted to do.
Right.
Because I had seen my successful career thousands of times in my mind before it could happen.
You had already imagined.
Yes, I visualized it. Because I remember I was in a bank in front of a computer visualizing my successful career, not just photography career, a successful career.
So you can definitely see you manifested what
I
you
did.
have.
I actually did. I forced the universe to give it what I wanted.
I'm sure. We can definitely, with the kind of conviction that you talk about,
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
it is what it is.
Yes.
And being one of the most popular photographer, even those years, and being How did this dream of an academy happen? Because you could have been a freelancer photographer, like a lot of people do it. But what was that?
I'll tell you a story behind it.
Yeah.
See, before I had a lot of exhibitions,
Right.
around 6 to 7 exhibitions, and every exhibition used to ask me whether I teach.
Okay.
And I would say, okay, maybe when I grow old, grey, that time I will start teaching. But the thing was that the pressure was too much.
Okay.
And I said, why not?
Okay.
So with a small batch of 7 people in my own home,
Okay.
and on 27 May 2007,
Right.
I started with a small dream. Never ever thinking it would grow into such a big family.
Right.
We don't call ourselves academy, it's a family. You can ask any of my students. It's a family.
No, I'm sure. I mean, I've met a lot of your students, whenever, in fact, recently I met one, and whenever they talk about you, they come across as, not as Sir Prasad Pankar. It's more like a friend they talk about.
Because when you want to teach,
Right.
you have to come to that level and teach.
Correct.
If you want to teach you swimming, I
Right.
can't be standing outside the swimming pool and say, do this.
Correct.
I have to be in the pool with you and then teach you swimming. It's like that.
Correct. Tell me one thing, just let me ask you a little more personal question. As you said, you have grown up with like 3 sisters, right? Four sisters, right? So how was it actually growing up with, 4 sisters,
yeah.
being the only guy, the
It
brother?
was because I would give full credit to my parents.
Okay.
Because if I'm alive today, it's because of them. Because as a child, I had a medical issue.
Okay.
Yeah, and when I was 10 years old, I was operated for splenectomy. Yeah, my spleen was taken off, whatever.
Okay.
And first 10 years of life, I've seen more doctors than toys.
Okay.
So yes, growing up was, if you leave that part, it was fun.
Okay.
It was great fun because I would just get anything I wanted,
Okay.
as I told you. Okay,
Right.
and all my sisters were, they still love me. Okay, even though we hardly meet each other, because the bond is still there.
Correct.
And growing up in a nice family, my mom was a singer, so that art came from my mom. The business came from my dad.
Okay.
It is a powerful combination.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Now, tell me one thing. After taking such a, brave decision of actually
Yes.
leaving a job, have you ever regretted in between any time that
Never. Not a moment.
Not a moment.
Not a moment.
So does this mean that you had like a very smooth sailing, or was
No,
it like you were
no,
braver?
It was not a smooth sailing because see, when I quit my job, my first goal was to earn as much as I was trying before.
Sir, okay.
Okay, because I had family support.
Correct, exactly.
So I did that within 2-3 months because I really slogged.
Right.
And the best thing was I took my struggle as a challenge,
Right.
and that's why I enjoyed my process.
Right.
Yeah. So process is more important than the goal.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I think you started photography. Which year did you say?
2003.
2003.
21 years back.
21 years back. Okay. So in last 23 years, you must have seen a lot of technology changes.
Yes.
You've seen a lot of people mindset changes.
Yes.
How do you really compare those years to today's era?
I would still prefer if film photography, film roll photography. Yeah?
Oh, is it?
Because the kind of the texture and the color would get in the film because of chemicals, no?
Yeah.
Not pixels.
Right.
Okay, that still can't come. You see your grandfather's photographs,
Right.
black and white.
Right.
You compare them with today's pictures. You can't compare them.
But don't you think today's technology has given a little more leverage to
It
photographers
is,
to
but
experiment
I'm
more?
talking about the prints.
Okay.
Yes, there are a lot of technologies there. We can match prints of that era, no doubt about it. But compare technology.
Okay.
Compare what technology they had and compare technology what we have today and the kind of work they produced.
Okay. So
From
you-
that
you
point of view, I would definitely
prefer that.
100%.
That.
But yes, as you said, a lot of technology has come, blah blah blah. But the way we take pictures has not changed.
Okay.
The psychology behind it, the thought process has not changed.
Okay.
The day they invent a camera
Right.
that's going to frame pictures for you,
Right.
compose pictures for you, that will be the end of the photography.
No, but don't you think those years it was more of the actual skill that required in photography
Yes.
than today? Because आजकल तो सब कुछ मिल जाता है, ठीक है, इसको थोड़ा edit करो, इसको edit करो. But those were the years you really had to look at more minute details when you take a photograph.
Correct. Because those days we had to think 100 times before we reel shutter.
Yeah, because the reel,
Pocket.
So, exactly.
Pocket, it would pitch a pocket.
Exactly.
Okay, so that made us a better photographer of
Right.
those era.
Right.
Okay, so today we can just keep on shooting what we don't want to delete. But having said all that, what we have today also has an advantage.
Right.
I will not totally discard it.
Right.
It has its own advantage. Yes.
So how did
You can't compare two eras. You can't compare two eras, right?
Correct.
But yes, it has both has its plus and minus.
How have you, as a person, as a photographer, evolved over a period of time? Like, if you probably look back at yourself 23 years back, and say, yeah, this was Prasad then and this is Prasad now.
Yes, they've definitely evolved a lot,
Right.
but I will not evolve because of the evolution of technology. No.
Okay.
Okay. I think the whatever improvement has by my mindset.
How
Okay. My attitude towards work.
Okay.
Okay, and I would say if you evolve yourself as a person, okay,
Right.
then it shows on your work.
Right.
You become better person. You study more. Okay, you can influence by other art forms.
Correct.
When you started off, you didn't have that much of
True.
media exposure.
Correct.
Okay, so you have anything, but then you get into music, you get into writing, you get into reading. So all those things come into your work.
Correct.
I would say that's how your work starts getting better.
Correct. Now, I'm sure on a daily basis you deal with a lot of students who come
Yes.
to your academy.
Yes.
Okay, what is it that you tell them? This is the base of photography. This is what you need to adhere to. This is like the Bible, or this is what you need to follow. What is
See,
it
there
that?
is no set rules for photography.
Okay.
All I tell them is depend on yourself.
Okay.
Okay, depend more you yourself and your camera more than technology.
Right.
I this is what I tell them, and follow the basics.
Okay. That's what I'm asking.
You know the basics well. Yes. If you ask me, the whatever says the Bible, whatever is light.
Lighting is the key.
Is everything.
Exactly.
Not the key. Is lighting is everything.
Okay.
So if the person was understood light,
Right.
is understood photography.
Photography.
Now, for example, I can make a handsome person look terrible by giving wrong light.
Correct.
By giving a flat light.
Correct.
On the other hand, if the person face is a basic face, a normal face,
Right.
I can create magic with a beautiful light.
How is it really different from videography and photography? See, there are two different things, right?
Yes.
So if at all you have to, say it in your words, that photography is different because of this, and videography is different because of this, and what it really goes to bring these both together, or probably set a
Photograph
benchmark.
is an instant.
Okay.
It's a slice in time.
Correct.
Okay. The videography is a length of time. So it's a motion, right? So photography is a slice, one instant and that's over.
That's over.
Yeah.
So do you think in the current trends, if you look at many platforms that are coming up, do you think photography is is left behind and is taken over by videography? Because if you see, everybody is talking about reels nowadays. Everybody talking about shorts bana do. Everybody is talking
I'll
about.
ask you, how long will it last?
No, that's something. Yeah, we need to definitely
Yes.
figure out. Yeah.
But videography, some other media will come.
Right.
But photography will never go out of fashion. It will never go out of sync because you will require a photograph. Now, if you have a print pictures, you don't
Right.
require technology to look photographs. But to reels, you need some kind of a device to go through that, right?
No, but I think in current times with
Yes, in current time you require device to see the pictures also.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree to that. Yeah, but if you ask me, photography will never go out.
But don't you think the amount or the number of prints that used to be probably once taken, because earlier
No,
those
that's because the technology has changed.
technology is exactly at
Because
the point.
I myself, I don't remember when I printed my last picture.
Last picture, exactly.
I
Except for
remember.
probably for passport, something that you had to print, otherwise you hardly print.
Yeah,
anything.
because I'm talking about my own work.
Right.
I haven't printed my own work, right? So that's because of change of technology,
Change of
right?
technology,
Yeah.
correct. So now that we're talking about change of technology, this is a question I have is, say with these modern phones, smartphones
Yes.
coming up with multiple apps of editing and a lot of things that are there, how do you really see demand for professional photographers going? Where is it going? Where is it heading? Where is the whole industry heading?
As I said before,
Right.
the good cameras can never give you a good picture.
Right.
The person behind the camera will give you the good picture.
So you say
Yeah.
that
Now let me complete.
Yeah.
Okay. So demand for professional photography would. Okay, I'll ask you one question.
Yes.
A couple getting married.
Correct.
Right. Will they depend on the guys with a mobile phone
No.
to shoot the entire wedding? Never.
Never.
They would always want a professional camera.
Right.
To shoot their wedding.
Right.
That's the answer.
So basically, see, this is basically I'm talking about certain events that you're talking about, but in general life. See, as I said, what I'm coming to is, those were the years wherein anything that you required, if I want to click, I needed a camera. I used to go buy a camera, and now it's like, hath me hai. People really, and a lot of, we're sitting at a hotel today, and if you look around this hotel also, I hardly see people actually carrying a camera as such, they're mostly with the mobiles. So do you think that the whole fad of being there was a time when people were actually saying that I'm a photographer, and now the terms have changed definitely. People
It's
call
changed,
them
yeah.
vloggers, people call them a lot of other
Correct.
So I'm saying in that terms, do you see that it is impacting, the technology is impacting the actual original source or the base
See, the
of
thing is that a professional photographer might get less calls.
Okay.
Okay, but he will never stop getting calls.
Correct.
That's for sure.
Yes.
Okay, your no matter how good your mobile camera is, it can never replace a DSLR or mirrorless SLR. It can never replace.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but I think there are a lot of what do you call it, equipments that has come to even now make phones better, cameras to use, including lenses and including a lot of speakers.
Other attachments, yeah.
And the attachments. So do you think they are like really beneficial for?
See, I would suggest you. I would make it look it this way. The mobile photography has a different sector of people.
It has developed over a
It
period.
is developed.
Right? Yeah.
For those guys who are not trained photographers.
Correct.
A trained photographer would definitely want to shoot with a camera.
Yes.
Right? Yes, suppose if I'm going somewhere, if I don't have a camera, I will shoot with my mobile phone.
Yes.
But if I had a choice, I would definitely go with my camera.
So, do you find a major difference, in your students itself who probably came to you about 10 years back, 15 years back, and who are actually coming in now? I'm sure there'll be a huge mindset difference. What is that, and how do you cope up with that?
The major difference is that today they come with a camera.
Okay.
That was not the case 10-15 years back.
Okay.
In a batch, hardly anyone would come with their own camera.
Okay.
And today almost everyone comes with their own camera. That's a major change I've seen.
That's
a good change.
That's because I think everybody has that surplus money to probably buy.
Yeah, and accessible, very accessible.
Accessible.
Yeah. And people are getting it on the installment basis or whatever. But that's the main change I've seen.
Okay.
Other than that, that's basically a main change.
So anything in terms of, initially like earlier days, I'm talking 10 years back, when a student comes, they come up with a thought process that, मुझे कुछ नहीं आता. Like, let me understand, let me learn. Do you find that is a little different nowadays?
Today students are well informed.
Exactly, that's what.
Okay, thanks to YouTube.
Right.
Very well informed.
Right.
And that's again a very good thing. But today students have come with to make a career.
Correct.
Out of 10, in those days, they would come as a hobby. And then it would just go, because I started as a hobby. When I did a course, and I thought I would get into photography such a way. But today they have a plan.
Right.
Okay, they want to become fashion photographer. They want to become wedding photographer. They have a plan and they come for with a
they have a goal.
Set
goal.
That's a major change, another change.
Okay. See, and considering the kind of we belong to different industries. You come from this photography industry, videography industry. So, what are the challenges that you usually face on a daily basis when it comes to your profession?
After 2 decades, I don't see any challenges now.
So, what were the challenges before?
Before challenges was basically to get a camera.
To get the camera.
Yes,
right?
my wife gifted my first camera.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically started to get the equipment.
You still have it?
I still have it.
You still have the camera?
Definitely.
Very good.
I still have my wife too.
How many years back that was?
That 2002.
2002.
Yeah.
Almost 24 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. I'm sure your wife will be very glad to hear this.
Yes.
Whatever you said. Okay. Now, apart from that, I just want to ask you any message that you want to give it to budding photographers who call themselves, whatever term they want to use,
correct,
but who want to be professional.
I think your purpose should be well defined. If you want to come to photography, you should know why you're coming to photography.
Okay.
That is very deep. And now, if you're passionate about photography, then you get into it. If you just get into because your friend is doing it, don't come into it.
Okay.
If you're doing for money, please don't come, because there are better ways to earn money. Okay. If you want only money. Yeah.
Okay.
But if you really want, if you are passionate about this, if photography is something you see even with your eyes open, if you see this dream,
right,
then come to it. This is what I'm telling you from my own experience.
Do you really find these kind of people now?
Yes.
Like really passionate about photography?
There are.
Yeah.
Yes. Because if you have that burning desire,
right,
then your road to success will be that much easier.
Okay.
Yeah. Then you will start taking your difficulties as challenges.
Okay, that's a great statement actually. Well, Prasad, thank you so much. That was a great insight in terms of photography. Anything that you want to share from your side, to us about photography? Any particular tips you want to give to our viewers, especially as lighting is something that you said.
Yes. Light, study compositions. Okay. And I would suggest you get into other art forms. Very important.
Okay.
Very, very important. Get into music, get into writing, get into poetry, painting especially. Okay. If you can paint, sketch, get into other art forms. It will help you build your own profession, your own art. Definitely. 110%. Again, I'm coming from my own experience.
Okay.
Learn to paint, learn to sketch, learn to sing, learn to one instrument, one musical instrument you need to know.
Are you carrying a harmonica?
Unfortunately not.
No. Okay. Anyways, so forget the harmonica, but we have a beautiful gift for you.
I love bags.
A token of Mog from our side. Okay.
Thank you so much.
This is for you, Prasad.
Wow,
Thank you so much.
Beautiful, beautiful bag.
Thank you so much for coming. That was Prasad Pankar for us, and this is it for this episode. Thank you so much,
Thank you so
and
much.
we'll see you again. Thank you, Prasad.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.